So my title is Director of Operations for Sportball Quebec. So basically, although I really need to change my title because I'm now less of the operations guy and more of the sales and marketing guy for Sportball in Quebec, or for Montreal and the South Shore. But then sales and marketing and business development tends to be the bulk of my job, and the actual operations is actually done by our programming director. So we have a programming director named Nick Lafrance who handles most of the staff and the scheduling and the training and the actual program content. So he's probably more the operations guy. I'm more the sales and marketing guy. So I graduated in marketing at Concordia in 2007, I think. And then I took a job at a company called Future Electronics in the West Island. I hated that, so I caught on after 11 months with a company called Magnum Pharmaceutics. Magnum Pharmaceutics was a healthcare company that basically brought products into Canada, into Quebec. So there's a lot of healthcare products that don't come into Canada or Quebec specifically because of the Quebec market. There's the language issues. There's translation costs and so on in launching a product in Quebec or in Canada, as well as it's a different legal system in Quebec as opposed to the rest of Canada as well. So a lot of people don't come to Quebec or to Canada for those two reasons, for legal and for language issues. So we specialized at that, and then eventually Magnum kind of morphed into, we'll say, rather than bringing healthcare products, why don't we look at bringing franchises into Quebec? There's a lot of franchises that don't come into Quebec for those exact same reasons. They don't want to translate. They don't want to, deal with the legal side of things. So we just happened to pick Sportball, and I kind of fell into that role coming from the healthcare system. So that's kind of my path towards it, but I'm a marketing guy by education and a sales guy probably more by practice, and then I just kind of fell into sport. So the program was started in 1995. There's a couple that immigrated from South Africa. Their names are Mark and Carmela Gelgor. In South Africa, when they were growing up, and the kids in South Africa, they play many different sports at once. So kids are always playing rugby and soccer and field hockey or cricket or whatever the different sports are, but they play them all at the same time. Whereas in North America, in North America we have this concept where it's one sport at a time, and in Canada it's hockey, and then it switches and it's soccer, and that's kind of what we do. So they like the idea of exposing kids to many different sports. They had a background in early childhood education, so they created their program for younger kids to expose them to different ball sports. So that's how it started. We emphasize c'est jouer sans la pression de la compétition. Puis, we always say play with passion, but play for fun, and that's one of our mottos. And we try to eliminate the competitive aspect of the classes. And I mean, obviously for a 2-year-old, they're not going to compete. But even, quand tu as 5 ans, 6 ans, les enfants, they know the score. They want to compete, but we try to structure our lessons so that everyone progresses at their own rate and really just has fun. Yeah, so we do a lot of free trials.
Okay.
We have faith in our program, so we do big events where we basically push people to come and try the product, and try a class for free. A lot of that is driven on social media, so we do a lot on Facebook, a lot on Instagram. We do contests. We do, Google AdWords, which is search engine optimization, SEM. The head office in Toronto does a little SEO, which is search engine, optimization, whereas search engine marketing is SEM. Sorry. But anyway, paid ads versus website keywords and stuff like that. But we definitely shifted digital probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Absolutely, we do it on a quarterly basis, and we basically take what our projections are for the year and break it down based on that percentage. So, okay, we know it's X percent, and there's 4 seasons. So let's take those 4 seasons and spread it out. Now we know certain seasons are busier than others, so we allocate it accordingly. We know it's there. We know we can play around with it. We know we haven't optimized it. But that's kind of life as in small business as opposed to big business. We can't just throw necessarily endless money at a problem. We've got to be a little more creative.